Hi, it's Coach Pete. Welcome to the 2010 Peak Workout. Last year I came to you once a month with an email. This year I want to help you take your game to another level, and I thought I'd take my game to another level and come to you via a 5-minute video once a month. It'll be a better way for us to connect, so let's get right to it. I'm coming to you live from 30 Rockefeller Center. Okay, it's not 30 Rock, it's my office. I turned it into a video studio, but I think it'll allow us to make a better connection and allow me to push you and challenge you and help you get to that next level in 2010. Here's the bad news. The bad news is most every market has shrunk. We know that, so the pie has gotten smaller. Secondly, the credit markets are very difficult, so that's making it even harder for people to do business. That's the bad news. The good news is I see three kinds of companies. Company number one is trying to survive. They're doing things the same way they've always done them, and they're trying to hold on and kind of weather the storm. The second kind of company, truthfully, is going to take a dive, and unfortunately that's happened. I hate to see it happen, but it has already happened, and it's going to continue to happen. The third kinds of companies are those that are going to thrive. They're going to be in the top 5% of their market, and they're still going to do very well even in this difficult market. I've identified 5 characteristics that are key to be in that top 5%, and I call them the 5 C's. Let's get right into it. Number one, you've got to have some clarity. You have to have a plan in writing about what you're going to do. I'm still amazed how many companies, CEOs I work with, and when I ask them about their plan, it's still not that clear. You need to get it in writing. I don't want it to be a big, complicated plan, but it needs to have what is your unique market position, what are your stretch goals, how are you going to get there. It could be a one-pager, but you've got to have some clarity. Clarity will give you power. Secondly, you've got to be creative. Indra Nooyi, the CEO of PepsiCo, believes the number one skill needed for today's CEOs, or what I'm calling business leaders, is adaptability. You've got to think creatively. You've got to get outside the 9 dots. And that's how you differentiate yourself. That's how you create an environment and a team that's going to really help get you to the next level. You've got to get creative. Next, you've got to be competitive. You have to become a high-performance individual, and you have to have a high-performance team. You have to continually get better if you're going to get in that top 5%. And how you do that is, next, you need to be committed to deliberate practice. There was an article in Fortune magazine 2 years ago that proved through a 20-year research project, that people that were the very best at what they did in a variety of fields, from medicine, sports, chess, science, it wasn't about talent, it was about how they practiced certain skills. In our work, the deliberate practice that we work with people on is usually around a blind spot, a personality trait, certain work habits that are holding them back, or work style. So you have to be identifying some deliberate practices that are going to accelerate your results. And then next, you have to have a community. You cannot do it yourself. I want to encourage you to get a small board of advisors or board of directors, a few people that are going to hold you accountable and stretch you and challenge your assumptions. And I want to be on that team. So you got to have a community. So let's outline what I need you to do this month. By February 10th, I want you to get me your short but creative business plan. What's your unique market position? And what are your stretch goals? Secondly, I want you to outline your deliberate practices, 2 to 3 things you're going to do differently, and describe them in detail so I can hold you accountable. The things that are going to really accelerate your results. And third, let's list a couple of people that are going to be your accountability partners besides me. Get those to me by February 10th. Show up here and take this 5-minute video once a month, and I've got several more steps we're going to take that are going to really help make sure that you get in that top 5% this year. I really want to acknowledge you for taking the time. Most elite athletes, great performers, have a coach to give them objective feedback and help them be held accountable to their plans. Let's have a great 2010, and I will see you here next month. Have a great month and get that to me by February 10th. Have a good day.